What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Today we have Chapter 29, Sands of Time. So, what's the plan now that we've retrieved the Sword of Seals? Or not the Sword of Seals, the Blazing Blade. Wrong Fire Emblem game. And obviously Ninian is dead. Apparently Ostia isn't that far away. I guess they did say that the blade was sealed within somewhere in Lycia, so I guess that kind of makes sense. We got back to Lycia from Burn pretty quickly, though. Sands of Time. That's some pretty intense music going on here. Lord Hector! That's a long time. Why is the music so epic for if we're just resting in Ostia? To know what? Why is Eliwood not here? Nurgle got all evil. Interesting. I don't know how you would hide dragons in the desert. They would think they would stand out for quite a distance. Although I guess if Niles and Ninian are technically dragons, then I guess it makes sense that they could kind of meld with the humans. Not meld, but like fit in. Well, that was nice of them. Arcadia, huh? I'm sure that was quite a bit of a good piece of knowledge to get from that library. Somehow I don't think the dragons would appreciate that. I guess you'd have to kind of be a little evil all along to think that was a good idea. Well, clearly you failed. Indeed. Except that all their hair is purple, not jet black. I guess you can show more detail in hair if it's purple. Because, I mean, black is just black. So the morphs have gold eyes, but Sonia had gold eyes and she wasn't a morph. At least I don't think she was a morph. She seemed to think she was human anyways. Well, that's inconvenient. Well, aren't you smart? What's so important about the throne? I mean, I guess it's... What's the word? It's very symbolic, but it's just a chair. So, we have ourselves a good old-fashioned survival mission in which we have to survive for, I believe it's 11 turns against the enemy forces. Oh. I didn't realize we had some guys in here. That's convenient. So, there are also some chests here. There's one there. I thought they're supposed to be... Ah, there they are. Two more over there. And I don't think there's anything to steal. Unfortunately, for some reason, my notes on this mission are not as extensive as some others. This guy's a sleep staff. That could be dangerous. Or I guess annoying is perhaps a better way of putting it. So Denning appears to be a morph. And he has a longbow. He's level 19. Although his attack's kind of low. A lot of resistance, though. Sword Slayer. It doesn't really seem to be anything of interest from these guys. So, yeah. Now then. If we look at our pick units, we can choose a total of 18 people to come with us, which obviously is a pretty significant amount. So, what I'm going to do is take my normal crew. I'm also going to grab... Well, I should grab Niles. Oh, apparently he cannot take part in this chapter. I also don't think he can actually use these rings, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I will grab, not Lego, but Jafar. Let's also grab, I think, Isadora? I guess Vita would probably be a better option. And I think that's good. I did choose Jafar, right? Okay. So I've got a couple plans. Obviously, Jafar is only here for like basically the same reason that Matthew would be. I got some chests that need a looting. I'll give him a lockpick. Set up Matthew. Let us remove Vita's spear. While we're at it. Nope. I always get give and take mixed up. It seems kind of counterintuitive to me, the way that they work. Deposit the elixir for the time being and grab ourselves an iron axe. It seems kind of weird that we're still using iron equipment, but whatever. Actually, I think I will keep the silver sword on Eliwood just because in this, I should give him a spear as well. Can he use javelins? He can. What's Eliwood's constitution at? 9 now? Iron lances have a weight of 8, so let's give him one of those instead of an iron sword. And that should be good. I'm going to want to use Eliwood a lot in this mission, because obviously we had to wait a long time for him to promote, so he's a little bit behind the times a little bit in that regard. There are no shops in this mission, so I don't need that white gem. It's good that she sells the restore staff, but we should probably give her another heal staff, and just to get it out of the bags, let's also give her that guiding ring. And let's give Hector these boots. I've decided to use them on Hector because, as I explained previously, it's basically between Hector and Oswin. They have the least movement, but ultimately, I'm going to need to use Hector a whole lot more than I'm going to need to use Oswin, so it just makes sense to me. And, what's this rank thing mean? Apparently I'm not doing so well. I mean, I'm pretty sure tactics is determined by how many turns you spend in a certain mission, so it makes sense that that would be low. So, I knew this rank was somewhere, but I wasn't sure where. I guess I just never bothered to look here. And I'm not 100% sure how all this is determined, but there's I mentioned near the beginning of the game that the alignment of your tactician actually affects certain characters. So you can see that there are 10, 14, 17, 18 stars here total. And I believe... Oh, I can't bring up if you're loading a game, when you press the R button, it'll bring up information on your tactician. But I guess I can't do it there. I think I made my tactician fire elemental. But anyways, if we look at, say, I think Nino's fire. Yeah. So a character with the same affinity as your tactician, they gain 1 point in, I believe it's avoidance and hit for every star in your rating. So that's what that does. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not honestly 100% sure. It's kind of an obtuse mechanic to try and interpret. But anyways, I want Jafar to be down here. I can't move Elliewood, but I think I want to put... Oh, I can't move any of my lords. Well, that's unfortunate. I should put Sarah down there as well. Other than that, it seems like a pretty good force. There's a lot of archers. Like, this whole mission, it seems like it's made up of nothing but archers and shamans. That's kind of interesting. Other than that, my formation seems pretty good already. Move Canis up a tad. Put Matthew over here. And that seems good. And actually, before I decide to go forward, Vida... Okay, so for some reason Vida only has an aid of 8, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it's that low. But anyways, as it says, you can only... Your aid determines how high of a constitution of not enemies, but allies you can rescue. So with an 8 aid, you can only rescue allies who have a constitution of 8 or lower. And the reason that is important is, well, we'll see soon enough. But suffice it to say, I need someone with, well, an aid that is not 8. I'm not sure how high it has to be. So, I guess I would say around probably 15. So I think the best option might be Hawkeye here. I'm looking for someone who's hardy, who has a good amount of defense and a good amount of HP. Other options, Marcus is a decent choice, although he might not have enough aid, and his health is a little low. I think Isadora might be a decent choice, though her defense... Actually, no, she's a terrible choice. Never mind. Geitz... maybe not. Yeah, basically just Hawkeye. So, the reason that we need... Well, hold on. Let's see what this scene is all about now. So if he's waiting for us on the Dread Isle, does that mean that he's expecting all of these soldiers to die? Well, you're a bit of a broken record. I'm sure we can do a little bit more than that. What? Dude, he just like promoted and stuff. He's fine. It's too dangerous. It's dangerous to go alone. So anyways, the reason I'm all concerned about that character... Where did Hawkeye end up? Okay, he's up there. There's a guide chapter to unlock in this mission. And in order to unlock it, at least one of these knights has to survive. So there's 5 of them up here, and I believe there's a few... Yeah, there's 2 of them down here as well. And so, the best way to ensure that one of them survives is to just grab them. That's kind of the time-tested best strategy for keeping neutral units under control. So that is what we are going to do. How heavy are javelins? 11. So that would bring Eliwood's speed down to 13. So how's that stack up? It's enough to double shot the archers. It's enough to double shot pretty much all this stuff, actually. Why are enemies so slow? It's weird. Anyways, like I said, oh, I forgot to actually equip the javelin. That's unfortunate. I want to try and use Eliwood as much as I can in this mission because, yeah, he's low level and stuff. So I want to make him not low level. I believe some reinforcements will come from there eventually. I don't think it matters if you kill the boss, but... I think for now what I'll do is send Rebecca over here. Let's put that iron bow. And as much as I don't really need to level Dart up anymore, I want to push out towards this chest. And Dart is the best one to do it. Meanwhile, let's equip this tomahawk. And before I forget, use the boots. This mission is kind of strange, just insofar as, like, practically every single enemy has a ranged attack. It's kind of weird. I guess she might as well use her short bow. I guess I could charge forward with Sane, but... should I do that? No, I don't want to draw too much attention to him. Keep Priscilla in the back. Hopefully there's no one with a longbow in this crowd. Can Merlinus... Let's just have Merlinus sit on the throne. Keep it warm with your cart. Well, he double shot a swordmaster, so I guess Dart's pretty fast these days. Wow, you can barely even hurt the neutral knights. Like, I know they're knights, but they're neutral units. Neutral units are pretty much always terrible. And me without my javelin. Nosferatu! Oh man! Oh wait, it didn't hit me. Surprise, surprise. They really seem to be prioritizing killing off the Ostia guards, which I guess is why part of the reason why you gotta focus on kind of trying to rescue one of them to make sure it actually lives. Wow, 7 damage. That's actually not an insignificant amount. If it actually hits. She one-shot him with an iron bow. That's actually kind of impressive. Oh, you're poisoned. I mean, I guess technically he's an ally, but whatever. So you do get poisoned even if it doesn't do any damage to you. Interesting. The more you know. This mission has barely even started and Dart's already leveled up twice. Holy jeez. This is ridiculous. Not that I have anything against Dart getting crazy amounts of experience, it's just... other people need experience too, man. I guess I asked for this by placing Dart down here. Although I think that's the last use of his hand axe left. Guess not. Okay, well now these knights are just like getting in my way. They really cannot kill these knights, can they? Oh, silence. That's got quite the range on it. Did it actually work? It had a 7% chance of working. Are you kidding me? Holy God. And all the poisoned units slowly die. I guess that's a non-trivial amount of damage. Okay, let's look at this silence here. So, she's silenced for 4 turns. Not an insignificant amount of time. This guy has sleep. Who was it that cast silence? Was it this guy over here? Yeah, let's make that not a thing anymore, shall we? No more silence for you. Sometimes it's just really handy to have a longbow around. And while we are at it, let's also make sleep not a thing anymore. Because Dart needed more experience. I guess realistically we're getting pretty close to the end of the game now, so it's not a big deal if Dart gets ridiculous amounts of experience. Though Sarah kind of has to retreat a little bit because she can't do anything right now. Because silence worked with a frickin' 7% hit chance. Let's see here. Well, this... How shall I do this? I gotta clear this crowd out a little bit. So, let's start doing that. Are you kidding me? 99 experience? Well, that was a bit of a wasteful critical hit, but it's all fancy and stuff, so I guess you can't really complain too much. Well, at least she got a little bit of defense. She could always use more defense. And let's kill this sniper. I want to position Eliwood on the south side of him just because that puts him a little bit closer to the other units on the map here. So that puts him at level 4. Pretty good level up. So, I guess he's kind of catching up a little bit here. Fire Tome is surely enough to deal with this rabble. And just for the fun of it, critical hit. That puts her at level 6? Oh, well, level 8. She's a lot higher than I thought, apparently. And her magic is turning out decent. Meanwhile, Hawkeye can just run away. Let's see over here. Well, first things first, I need to clear out the room for people to actually move down here. So let's do that. Hector does have an S with axes already, right? I don't think he actually needs an S, but I think you get he does have an S, okay. So I think having an S in axes means that if he uses axes, he gets like a 5% increase to his critical hit chance or something like that, so I guess there is reason to pursue it. So continue just clearing guys out over here. That's level 11. 21 strength. I'm bringing Canis, not Luna, Flux, that's what I'm looking for. Kill off the sniper. He had a longbow. I wonder why, if he had a longbow, why he would have gone for the knight rather than trying to shoot at Matthew from over here. Not that I'm complaining, it just seemed kind of odd to me. What level is Florina at? I think she's like 12-ish? She can just... The fact that she can fly all over the place means her level tends to get a little bit out of hand. Once she's strong enough to kind of do things on her own. I guess I might as well stick with the Steel Lance here. So for a survival mission, we're certainly wiping the floor with the enemies pretty soundly. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. There's only 12 enemies left. Of course, there's reinforcements that have yet to come, but let's actually make sure that none of these guys can hit Jafar. So the sniper can. I would like to move Jafar forward, but ultimately I don't want any of these guys to move up here. I want them to stay down here. Can anyone hit that spot? Doesn't look like it, so I might as well move Matthew up then. And move Priscilla up ever so slightly. Why not? I guess I might as well heal this guy. I don't especially want him to live, but I do want a little bit of experience. I would like to get her to level 20 before the end of the game. I don't know if it's going to end up happening, and I'm not going to lose any sleep if it doesn't. But it would be nice. And I forgot to mention that this guy moves. BTW. You did no damage, but you poisoned him! But he also leveled up. But it was a bad level up. Saint's gotten kind of unlucky this game. This playthrough. I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself, but not as well as he sometimes does. Dink! And me without my short bow. I love how Lynn dodges as a Blade Lord. She just kind of like turns her head and is like, oh, was that supposed to hit me? More fodder for Dart's blade. I swear this guy could just clear an entire map all on his own. Although without a hand axe, it's gonna make things a little bit harder. Now. Oh right, it's the other unit's turn anyways, so... Is every single one of the knights poisoned? I guess there's the one down south that isn't. And the knights are moving out? That's kind of weird. I thought they were supposed to stay put. No, Sane! Not the poison damage! Okay, so, first and foremost, before all else, we must slay this thief. Dink! Really? Are you kidding me? What is that garbage? That's ridiculous. Guess I might as well kill this guy. I'm mostly keeping Rebecca in this area because I think that at some point reinforcements come from over here. Otherwise, I kind of feel like it would have been better to have Rebecca out here because she can counterattack these guys and she needs experience more than Dart. And they have a support, so that would also help. Might as well swing Hector over here to where the action's at. As much as I need to level up Eliwood, Hector needs experience too. I'm at the point now where, if I'm totally honest, I kind of feel like the most important thing for me to be doing right now is just making sure that my lords get to as high level as possible. I'm not going to be like super single-minded about it, but it is definitely my goal. I think I'm going to go for bashing this wall down. And just for posterity, let's have Raven sit back in this area, make sure no funny business goes down here. Lynn already went, so let's have Eliwood move out. Unfortunately, the nature of this mission is such that I can't really force the bad guys to go after Eliwood quite the way I would like to. And it being a timed mission, I can't quite guarantee him the kills that I would like, but if we do it, we can. Nito wrecks some face. I guess if I wanted to, I could just heal Sane's poison, but it honestly, the poison just honestly doesn't really concern me, so I'm not going to do that. It seems kind of odd that it seems like I can't stand on these pillars, whereas I know in previous missions there are pillars that you could stand on. Maybe it's just Sane that can't stand on them? I guess that would make sense. Yeah, it seems like Hawkeye can. I guess it does make sense that you can't really stand on a pillar if you're on a horse. Yeah, well, you're not gonna do anything. I mostly just care about this thief, which I'm really kind of sad that he didn't die last time around. But I guess ultimately, I'm kind of on his ass, so it doesn't really matter. Even if somehow he ends up getting to the chest, there's only one chest there, so I'm just gonna kill him and he's gonna drop whatever he looted, so... Ooh, this guy's got a Lunatone. Ow. That kinda hurt. Elliewood's in need of healing. Luckily, Priscilla is not far off. Snipers on the move. Why are you going that way? Chest the other way. Oh, whatever. I guess I'm not complaining. Good job. You're earning your pay. So there are 2 thieves now here. So, I guess if this guy's going to the east, then I'm okay with that. Thank you! Like, I know Dart uses an axe, but still. I would kind of like Rebecca to maybe come kill this guy. She can't quite reach him, but ultimately, if it seems like his goal is to open this door, and if that's all he's trying to do, then I'm not especially concerned with that. I'm not gonna lose any sleep if he opens that door. How would she fare against that guy with a different bow? She has 6 constitution, so she loses 4 speed from the longbow, which brings her speed down to 21. This guy has 18 speed, so she would definitely double hit with something other than the longbow. She'd probably double hit with the steel bow, which has 4 attack more. So what I think I'm gonna do is kill off this sniper, who also has a longbow, interestingly enough. Not that that's particularly interesting, but it's a thing. Don't need that especially. Should I give this a shot? Oh god, no! Please don't. I guess Denning is the only unit of any note in this mission. Although he is the boss, so that's not especially unusual. Really? You couldn't heal 1 point of damage more? Okay, so the plan here is to bash down that wall. Move Matthew in here. Well, that's one of the items that I care about. And then now that he's out of the way, Canis can kill this guy. Oh no, he's gonna heal 1 HP! Wait, he healed 2? I thought Nosferatu healed for half. Maybe that's just in future iterations of Fire Emblem. I know that they actually reduced the effect of a bunch of the Dark Magic tomes just because they were quite literally too good. So, Nosferatu may be among them. Switch back to the short bow. I know they reduced the effectiveness of Lunatomes. Because Lunatomes ignore the unit's resistance. So I'm pretty sure that they changed them to ignore half of the unit's resistance. Does he only have... No, he has 6 move. I'm not honestly sure what I should be doing with Jafar here. Yes. Continue to wield your longbow. Why did you feel the need to open that door? What does that accomplish for you? The only thing I can think of is that if that's like the thief's eventual escape path. Like, if after obtaining this treasure, the thieves go over this way to the east, then maybe that makes sense. One other thing that I guess I should mention is that there's also a secret shop in this mission. I believe it's located right here? In the space between... or maybe it's here. I think it's here, actually. Either way, you can only reach it, obviously, by using a warp tome. So that's something to keep in mind, I suppose. Nom nom nom, thieves. Now, if this was someone other than Dart, I might be concerned about their health getting a little bit low, but being as it is Dart, I'm pretty sure that he's going to be just fine. Now, let's see about taking this guy out. Steel bow's gonna do decent. I guess I might as well go for the silver bow, but let's see here. I would reach him, he cannot. Can Hector reach him? He can. He will do plenty of damage, enough to kill him, so... I guess let's actually move Rebecca a little bit further down then. Maybe even down here. And we're basically just dealing damage just for posterity, just to kind of get a little bit of experience. Because when you're talking about a level 19 promoted unit, you're getting a decent amount of experience just for attacking them. Not the best level up ever, but a little luck always helps. Rebecca's got a good amount of avoidance. Actually, that's quite good, so... helping that number go up is definitely a good thing in my book. Goodbye. Lots of experience. Not that that is at all surprising, but it's definitely welcome. Good lord, Hector. Why are you so amazing? 28 strength, almost maxed out, almost max speed, almost max defense. Of course, his speed max, his cap is kind of low, but still. Even 16 resistance is pretty good. I mean, Dart's doing quite well for himself too, but his stats are kind of a little bit more... like they're kind of singling out specific stats a little bit more. He's basically just strength and everything else is just kind of good enough. But Hector, he's got basically the same stats, but they're kind of like decent to good everywhere else as well. I think a lot of people tend to feel like Hector is a little bit overrated, but at the same time, he's probably one of the better lords in the Fire Emblem series. He's really good. So I guess now I should start sending Jafar down south. And Sarah can't quite do anything yet, but she will be unsilenced next turn. Let's actually place Nino up here, because there are more reinforcements yet to come, I believe. And I'm not entirely sure where they're going to come from, so... gotta be a little bit careful. And I guess I'll have Sane just kind of chill in the middle somewhere. I should have moved Priscilla down a little bit. Ho-ho! 1% chance to do 0 damage. And I one-shot you with my Iron Axe. And he is basically a clone. Although he's got slightly more defense, apparently. You made me waste an extra durability on my Iron Axe. Even these snipers can barely deal damage to him. And, like, I'm pretty sure Dart doesn't have an especially high defense. Where are you going? This... the actions that this thief is taking vex me so. Okay. Let's have you use a heal staff on Eliwood again, just mostly for experience, but also I might as well top him off, I guess. I must say that javelin does look pretty badass. So let's have Dart continue to chase down this thief. Mostly because killing it is not going to give him as much experience as the snipers, and I would rather give the experience for those kills to someone who needs it a little bit more. Critical hit. That's always nice. Preserve the durability on the longbow a little bit. Pretty sure I've got at least one longbow left in my bag, whatever you want to call it. So that's good. I'm pretty sure that this mission does not end when all the enemies are dead. It's one of those missions where you have to survive the full 11 turns regardless. So, at least I hope that's the case. And I guess I'll move Hector over this way. That's good enough. It's continuing to go after Dart. Intriguing. Okay. Move towards that chest. What's his sword proficiency at? I might as well try and get that to an S. That attack animation is kind of silly, honestly. And apparently Eliwood is left-handed? Has he always been left-handed? I feel like he hasn't always been left-handed. Da, 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 da. Give Priscilla some more people to heal. As much as I made a point of kind of not really kind of experience horning Priscilla throughout this game, I really would like her to get to level 20 before the end. If for no other reason than to just say that all the characters that I was using got promoted. But we'll see if this happens. Matthew doesn't really have anything left to do. I guess maybe if I... No, I'm definitely not going to have the time to get him another support with Jafar. This is a timed mission, so we only have so many turns to work with here. And the support between Matthew and Jafar actually takes quite a while. I'm pretty sure that even for a C-level support, it took like, I want to say 80 turns. So, I thought there were supposed to be some Myrmidon reinforcements in this mission, but I haven't seen any. Not an especially big deal, though. And in here we get another body ring. I thought there was only one of them in this game, but I guess I was mistaken. I guess I was probably thinking of the boots that there's only one of. As for who to give the body ring to, I think I'm going to give this one to Eliwood, probably? Mostly just because his speed is not especially good, and some of these weapons... I mean, I guess he's using pretty light weapons currently, but some of his weapons are a little bit too heavy for him to wield. And not having amazing speed, it makes a big difference. Dart actually took a surprising amount of damage throughout this mission, but a lot of that was just poison. Only 3 more levels to go. Which means healing 30 times. And now it means healing 29 times. Well, she gets 11 experience for healing. Is that... I guess... That's like 28 heals then? I guess there's just no more reinforcements in this mission, so I just kind of killed everything. It wasn't especially hard to do. I kind of wish Eliwood would have gotten a little bit more experience. He's level 5? So he only got 2 level ups, which isn't terrible, but I was hoping to get more. So that was kind of anticlimactic. Now, if those knights are as weak as the knights that were in here, then... well, they wouldn't have been much help. So I guess we should go to the Dread Isle. I don't know what it is. It just seems really weird that he's trying to take the quintessence of dragons. It seems like a very grandiose plan. I feel like if Nergal is so much more powerful than Athos, then any sandstorm that Athos could conjure, Nergal would not have a trouble piercing. He wants to call them just to eat them. What? It's a fairly logical plan. You. Go, my youthful friends. So I guess that's the plan. Well, that explains it. Convenient plot device. And because the knights... I think most of them actually survived, all but like 2 of them? Maybe 3. Anyways, at least one of them stayed alive, so... which is enough to accept the side quest, Chapter 29X. Which we will see what that's all about on the next episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Catch you later.